MMAT could actually be facing some more upside before a pullback. So let's go ahead and find out in this video just how high we can go before facing this imminent pullback in price action. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by. This is ARCa coming at you with a Saturday night MMAT technicals and raw price action thread of analysis. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community, ARCab, in Discord. With that said, let's go ahead and dive right in. You guys, my voice is coming back. It's doing okay, but it still is a little faulty and it goes away here and there. So please bear with me if it does go away. But anyway, let's go ahead and start with this chart right over here. This is what we looked at as far as a statistical measure from the previous videos that we were actually analyzing this ticker on. So we did call a potential 58% move to the upside, in which we definitely got. Now, I do recall also mentioning to you that we had reached the critical zone not only once, but twice, and we were able to possibly apply the same 58% metric to the upside for both of those iterations. Now, the second iteration is potentially still in play. It hasn't reached the target that I was looking for, but please remember also that the 58% upside is a statistical metric. It is based on previous iterations. It's a whole back test, a historical back test of volatility versus momentum, which is this. You can see this volatility right over here represented by this indicator BBWP. So we back tested this versus momentum and got some upside variables and downside variables for us to look at. So let's go ahead and move to the next chart, where this was the move that we initially felt that we could make the top side to, which could be the 1.618 at let's see, at $1.69. We did, however, surpass that, and which is very good. Now, if you're looking at this in an 8-hour chart, some people may call this a type of bull flag information, but usually I like the bull flags to be a little shorter than shorter in time, so meaning that I would like 2 to 3 max pullback candles before the next candle making its upside realization. I don't usually follow bull flags, to tell you the truth. The formation is a little it just doesn't have a high enough hit rate like triangles do. Okay, so I do see us now facing a little bit of resistance here at the 1.618, and you know, the thing before this actually did something very rare to the chart, and actually okay, it actually combined the price action alongside the BBWP, but yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so what I'm looking at is a potential continuation to the upside, but it may be a bit limited since we do have a few obstacles now in the way. We do have the 1.618 at 169. We also have the 10-day simple moving average just above us, which could be at $1.73. So if we're looking at this as a discretionary type of raw price action look or outlook, I can see a potential rise to max $1.90. Or test our high of this candle right over here, which is about $1.98. Excuse me, before a pullback, and this could actually form what some people This could actually form what some people call a double top. Again, doesn't have a high hit rate, but it is a psychological component that we must apply into the criteria for us to see a downside move. Okay, so yeah, it looks like the bulls may be losing a little bit of strength. Another indication that bulls may be losing that strength is decline in volume. So you can see right over here that we're starting to get this downtick in volume. So there is that as well. We do have to keep an eye on several metrics before we can make an educated guess. Now, this was the reversal signal that we were looking at for some weeks, for some months, and this did follow the golden rule of 3, which is something that I talk about very often within this channel. It's 3 tests of the resistance before a capitulation event or a pullback, and then a true attempt in breakout after test number 4. So we did get all of those things pretty accurately. Now, aside from us making a potential topside move of the range between $1.90 and $1.98 in the, I'd say in the next couple sessions, let's look at now the immediate short-term time frame to see what we have. And I've also made a drawing here for you guys to see. These are the RSI properties for my RSI. This is the ARC RSI. So that I don't have to explain this every single video. I made a drawing so that you can see it as I speak, okay? So, okay, let's look at the immediate short term. 30-minute time frame right here is suggesting a continuation onto the upside. It has since made a bullish cross above the moving average represented by this pink line, and this is the signal line. This is what I mean. So we have made a bullish cross above that moving average, and we are now approaching the weakness area. I'm sorry, the shallow areas of the bear weakness percentile. So this is likely to be gravitationally pulled or gravitated right into the bull weakness percentile. Now, the bi-hourly RSI is also suggesting an upside continuation. It is in the shallow areas of the bear weakness percentile as well. However, we do have the moving average above us, and you can see that the moving average has been used as a sense of a guide towards the downside. So we do have to watch out for that potential, which is very much in accordance to what we're talking about right over here. Short-term upside before a possible continuation to the downside. Okay, so let's go back into that chart and see what we have. For the 6-hour, we do have see now that the pivot is actually starting the weekend as we get into higher term time frames. We have failed the bull strength percentile. Now we're in bull weakness and approaching the shallow areas of the bull weakness percentile, which it's starting to give us the likelihood of or the higher likelihood of falling into the bear weakness percentile. Okay, now, and here yet again, this is the daily time frame here, and we're looking at a bearish cross. We are now below the moving average, and we are approaching the shallow areas of the bull strength percentile. We are likely to be gravitated into bull weakness. So if I were to just give you a discretionary guess as to what may happen with MMAT, is precisely what I mentioned before looking at the RSI suggestions. Definitely a temporary upside. I would give it a lot of credit if it did reach the 198 level. So apart from the 198 level, we do have, let's see, yeah, the 205, which could be at a 2.72, which could be absolutely the highest it can do it before a continuation onto the downside. Yeah, this is very limited, you guys. If you have some, please know that I'm not a financial advisor. I can't actually suggest for you to buy or sell any assets. Take whatever I do show within these videos as a form of entertainment. Do your own DD and we'll be okay. But if you have profits already, I'd probably personally start taking profits now and setting a stop loss, an aggressive tight stop loss at, if you're willing to lose, at $1.50, if you're willing to lose that much for a continuation up. But the charts are suggesting a continuation onto the downside here. Okay, so I think this is a pretty good place for me to leave the video. If you have any questions, I'll make sure to leave the links in the description below for you to join the ARCa trading community in Discord. You can ask me all those questions there or on Twitter. Okay, so I wish you well. I wish you a good night, and I will catch you at the bell on Monday. Adios.